What's up, everybody? It's your boy Nick, back at y'all with another video, and today we're about to listen to this Beatles White Album.
I'm a dog and that's true, baby. Can we call this here a truce, baby? And you know I got the juice, baby. And you see me and it's cool, baby.
This particular reaction / review has been heavily requested since I've dived into the Beatles catalog. This album is pretty lengthy, so this video is most likely going to be 2 parts. If you want to see more of my Beatles reactions, click on the link in the comment section down below. It's a playlist to all of the videos that I've done on the Beatles. We're about to get right into this, man. Enough talking. Let's get right to the first track, Back in the USSR. Okay, so a pretty cool intro. Not my favorite of the Beatles songs, but a cool track nonetheless. Track number 2, Dear Prudence. Okay, sonically, that's what I want to hear when I listen to a Beatles album or a Beatles song. Back in the USSR, the songs sound good, but I feel like that song could have been made by another band. Maybe not as good as the Beatles, but this song, this is the distinctive Beatles sound that I love. That song might end up being one of my favorite Beatles songs. The song was written by John Lennon in India. One of their friends, Prudence, became overzealous in her meditation and turned into a recluse. Lennon wrote this song as a message to snap her out of it. She was trying to find God quicker than anyone else. There was a competition in Maharishi's camp. Prudence herself described the state she had put herself into. I had been meditating for 5 days straight. I hadn't gone to the bathroom, I hadn't slept, I hadn't eaten. The older people on the course, they were sleeping. They were sunbathing on the top of the roof. They would go for walks. I was one of many who were just maybe a little more extreme because I had no parental controls on me, so I could go all the way. Right from the start, all I cared about was getting the job done, clearing out whatever darkness I had inside of me, and becoming healthy and becoming able to live a real life. I know meditation could do it for me. I didn't understand how. Prudence first heard the song through her mother. She had a copy of the White Album at her apartment and used her reaction to the song to win a game of Killer. Prudence has since gone on to call the song very beautiful, very positive, and an important song. The drums in this song and Back in the USSR are played by Paul McCartney following Ringo Starr's brief exit from the band during the White Album sessions. Shout out Paul McCartney on the drums. Another interesting story, if you're new to the videos, I always love the story behind the song. Little facts or little interesting details that helps you pretty much dive into the behind the scenes of the song and just get you closer to the artist. But like I said, really enjoyed that song. Let's get into the third track, Glass Onion.
I told you about strawberry fields. You know the place where nothing is real. I told you about the Horus and He-Man.
Oh man, that guitar is crazy right here. Another example of just how innovative the Beatles are. It's little subtle things in their song that show how much they inspire rock. Just the different subgenres of rock. Like I feel like the Beatles have something that inspired that, or something that end up transitioning into other types of rock like punk and metal and grunge and all this different stuff. But it's very subtle. Their music is always very calm, you know what I mean? And I think it's very fitting that I did this album after doing Magical Mystery Tour. In the first verse, he says, I told you about strawberry fields. You know the place where nothing is real. Well, here's another place you can go where everything flows. And then in the second verse, I told you about the wars in me. You know that we were close as can be, man. Well, here's another clue for y'all. The Walrus was Paul. Alluding to the songs I Am the Walrus and Strawberry Fields Forever. And the whole Paul is dead theory. A song deliberately filled with red herrings, obscure imagery, and allusion to past works. Fully aware of the power of the Beatles' own mythology, and with the general dislike of those who overinterpreted his lyrics, Lennon deliberately inserted references to I Am the Warrior, Strawberry Fields Forever, Lady Madonna, The Fool on the Hill, and Fixing a Hole. And again, that just shows the genius of Lennon. Being able to reference other tracks and continue on the story. He's playing around with it. He's playing around with people's minds and playing around with people's theories and interpretations of his lyrics. It just shows how people can overthink something, like how people can look at things differently. Somebody can say, oh, he meant this, and he might have not intended it like that. Let's get into track number 4, Obla-Di, Obla-Da. One thing that I've really been liking so far this album is the drums. But I liked a lot of different elements in that song. The drums, how the piano came in, just the little background sounds that they added in there, you know, man, the little claps. It almost sounded like the vocals were pitched a little bit. Just an enjoyable song. They're very good at making feel good tracks. Track number 5 is Wild Honey Pie. Already sounded weird. A short track played entirely by McCartney based off a jam the group had in India. It was pretty much recorded on a whim by McCartney while bored in the studio. The Beatles would often go away and work on their own songs alone by this point. It seems like they were inspired a lot by their time in India. The continuing story of Bungalow Bill featuring Yoko Ono.
Hey, Bungalow Bill.
Really enjoyed this song. It's one of my favorites. I love the intro and I even love the outro of the song. I love how the sound changes during the verses. The song gave me a Kill Bill feel, man. That's my favorite movie. I know Quentin Tarantino used a lot of like older songs in that movie. So that's another thing that gives this song a boost for me, because for me personally, because I love that movie. I love the soundtrack to that movie. So this sounded like that could have been on there. The verse parts especially. In the intro. Captain Marvel just came out. He talked about it in here. Just seen that movie like 2 days ago. I should go see it though. It's a good movie, man. I'm a big fan of Marvel movies. One of the several songs on the Beatles that was inspired by the band's trip to India. This is also the only track in the Beatles catalog that contains background vocals from Lennon's then future wife, Yoko Ono. During sessions for the album's creation, she said numerous times and even tried to offer musical advice to the other members of the group. That's dope, man. I don't know how that whole marriage went. I know a lot of people don't like her. I don't know why. Before I even get into that and figure out the whole story behind Yoko Ono, I just think that's dope to have a wife that makes music also, that you can make music with and make good music with. Let's get right into the 7th track, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, featuring Eric Clapton. See the drums on here. Okay, this might be premature, but that might go in my Beatles top 5 favorite songs, bro. Cause I really enjoyed that song. I know I'm a fan of like the darker sounds, you know what I mean? That wasn't too dark, but it was a little bit darker than what I'm used to from the Beatles. I really love that outro in there too. Written and sung by George Harrison, While My Guitar Gently Weeps is considered one of the Beatles' masterpieces. Rolling Stone ranked it number 10 in their 100 Best Beatles Song list, and listed as one of the 500 greatest songs ever recorded. See, look, I don't just be talking. I'm telling y'all, man, everything that I say, this is just my first reaction. That's why I want to do these videos, you know what I mean? People be commenting and saying, oh, well, there's no way he hasn't heard these Beatles songs. There's no way, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't lie to y'all. Cause what do I have to lie for? You know what I mean? I don't know you guys at all, so I don't have to lie to you. I'm glad that I got to do this. You know what I mean? This is my genuine first reaction. This is genuinely how I feel. So when I say these things and then I read the stuff, it's like it's almost crazy to me. You know what I mean? Cause this is a feeling that some people was getting over 50 something years ago. You know what I mean? I know I'm kind of straying away from the music, but I really love this whole series that I'm doing, man. I'm connecting with older people, you know what I mean? Older people and younger people. It's a lot of people who are a lot older than me. Talk to me about how they felt when the songs came out and how life was just different at the time that it came out. And I just think that's so cool, you know what I mean? I just think that's dope to be able to connect with people who are older than me. A lot of kids my age are just that, you know, kid. I'm not saying I'm the most mature person ever. It's a lot of things I gotta learn, but I feel like my mindset is unmatched when it comes to life, you know what I mean? I feel like I've always been ahead of my time. Man, shout out George Harrison, man. You'll say I'm a Lennonite, but George Harrison, you made one of my favorite Beatles songs, man. So I gotta give you your props, man. I really do. So let's get to track number 8, Happiness Is a Warm Gun. Oh my God. Back to back?
Well acquainted with the touch of the velvet hand, like a visit on a window pane, lying with his eyes while his hands are busy working overtime. Mother Superior jumped the gun.
Happiness is a warm gun. Songs like this and even My Guitar Gently Weeps, those are more transitioning it into the 70s sound. The title Happiness is a Warm Gun was inspired by the headline on a gun magazine, which producer George Martin had shown Lennon. The song was extremely difficult for the band to record. While its multi-tempo and style changes, it took 70 takes all in all. Wow. 70 takes. See, that's another reason why I love reading this stuff, man, because as a musician, because I do make music, you know, if y'all want to check it out, it's in the description down below. And even when y'all listen to it, you know what I mean, it's more hip-hop now, but I've been working on a lot of different stuff, like a lot of different sounds that I'm coming out with. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be crazy. I'm making crazy music, man. That's why I'm studying the greats. I'm studying what made them great. I'm gonna be one of the best ever. But making music, man, it's such a bittersweet thing, man, because if you mess up on anything, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, especially when you know exactly how you want it to sound. Track number 9, Martha, My Dear.
Martha, my dear, though I spend my days in conversation.
Another favorite, a song about Paul McCartney, sheepdog / muse, Martha. She was a dear pet of mine. I remember John being amazed to see me being so loving to an animal. He said, I've never seen you like that before. It's only when you're cuddling around with a dog that you're in that mode, and she was a very cuddly dog. Martha lived until 1981 and was survived by a litter of puppies, which McCartney still owns one of them. In fact, appears on the cover of his album, Paul is Live. This song was his attempt at trying to emulate the kind of schizophrenic, complex songwriting Lennon displayed in Happiness is a Warm Gun, said McCartney about the songwriting process. When I taught myself piano, I'd like to see how far I could go. Personally, this is how I feel. I feel like women, animals, and food are God's greatest gifts to the earth. I know food sounds silly next to those two things, but for real, man, hey, food slap, bro. Food slaps. But animals are just so cool to me, you know. Dasher, my cat, that's my first pet. That's like my first real pet. This is a love that I've never experienced before. This is crazy. It's funny, man. It's like a love for a kid. And I started to see kind of how my mom felt about us. Track number 10, I'm So Tired.
My mind is on the blink. I wonder, should I get up?
Another favorite. I'm gonna let this song play through.
Take these broken wings and learn to fly into the line of the dark black line. Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
Another great track. I feel like adding the bird sound effects was a nice touch. Blackbird is Paul McCartney's hopeful essay on the civil rights movement and the end of racism in America. Let's get to track number 12, Piggies.
Always having dirt to play around in. English boys with overthinking the thing don't around. The mouth for dinner with the piggy wise.
Rocky Raccoon. My camera's about to die, so I'm just gonna let these songs just play
Somewhere
through.
Indian checked out, and he left it no doubt.
Next track, Don't Pass Me By.
I don't hear it, I hate to see you go. Don't pass me by.
Track number 15, Why Don't We Do It in the Road? Okay. Oh, it's not. Oh my goodness, I love his voice on this, bro. Last track I'm gonna do today, Julia.
But I say it just to reach you. So I sing the song of love, Julia.
Amazing song. I love that song. A Lennon penned love song that speaks simultaneously to his deceased mother and to his new love, Yoko Ono. David Grohl of the Foo Fighters picked this song out as being one of his favorite Beatles songs. Okay, so I really enjoyed this album. My camera is about to die, so I can't say a lot. You know, this is part 1 of 2. But from what I'm hearing so far, this is my favorite Beatles album. I know y'all want to see me do a ranking. I want to listen to all their albums before I do a whole ranking, but right now this might be my favorite. Obviously I got to go back and listen to everything in full before I make that video. It's starting to become my favorite, you know what I mean? I have to listen to a whole other part, so we'll see, man. But really enjoyed these songs. I'm getting to experience them for the first time. You guys are getting to see it. I'm documenting it. This is going to be on the internet forever. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like down below. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not. Turn on my notifications to be notified every single time that I upload. Squad, gang, gang, gang. It's your boy Nick T. I'm out this thing.